Well, we didn't really need any more mist as Anthony Woodthorpe peers through the smoke caused by the fireworks. Dan Jones and Callum Howard will barely be able to see each other on opposite sides of the pitch. The touch judges, Stuart Terridge, won't be able to see much more, and he'll have a TV screen in front of him. Oh, this is just about perfect. I think we'll be ready to kick off in about half an hour's time, so if you can come back and join us then, it'd be great.
It's a great day to be wearing white, isn't it?
Goodness me, we are celebrating the chaos of the good old Gallagher Premiership in the review show. Is it too late to include this?
It's like top of the pops out there.
Tonight, I'm going to be...
Anyway, the snow's cleared, the fireworks haven't, and there's so much to get excited about here as Augustus and Saints go early and go big. The perfect Sunday afternoon matinee. These two, last season's finalists, the title holders, and those who right now might be the favourites to win it this year. That ricochets off the chest of Hendy. Early excitement expires in the Gardens. Bath and Ben Spencer just calming things down a little bit. Wasn't a bad effort from Alex Coles to get his hands on that, but Spencer got the ball away, and now Mitchell has it. Here's Mayana Vanua. Smith.
It's backwards off white for me.
Oh, he's done well to get the ball away to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, the step from Kemeny, the try from Kemeny, the arms in the air in front of us. And that smoke from the fireworks has not yet cleared. But Saints have found a way to the try line.
What a start from Northampton Saints. Fantastic. Straight from the kickoff, really good bit of detail. They get someone good in the air, tap back Hendy, look who's behind him. That's not an accident. Augustus, their most powerful ball carrier. It's momentum, it's power from the start. This pass was beautifully disguised. Muir would have got to that if it had been more telegraphed, but it wasn't. Hendy fantastic, Hutchinson and Kemeny, the footwork and the speed. That's a brilliant try. It's really, really good from second one from Saints.
I reckon it was about 90 seconds. We'll get an accurate timing in a minute or two, but it was quickly enough.
Just disguised it long enough, didn't he, Hughes?
Trying to get up into that space, but look at the follow-through, the skills, and then people just pushing through. To be an extra pair of hands. It's a cracking start for Northampton, exactly what they needed.
79 seconds, fourth fastest of the Gallagher Premiership season, Northampton's quickest of the season.
And a really deliberately slow walk back from Bath. The home fans booing that. I think they recognise their opposition has started with serious energy, and they're just trying to dilute a bit of that.
Not held.
Snatched away by Hutchinson. Scotland international brought back into the starting 15 today.
Use it! Yeah.
Here's Mitchell. Orlando Bailey really looking forward to seeing him at fullback today. No Tom de Glanville, he's had a lot of miles on the clock so far this season. So too Ollie Lawrence in the more unfamiliar position of a step or two out further wide. Langdon's got himself in a bit of a hole. Jomo chased hard, Lawrence chased hard, and Saints with some defending to do.
Langdon got himself in a bit of a hole, sure, but what's he doing over there? How about that mobility? Fantastic front row forward, covering that kick through. What an effort. Saved Saints then.
9.
Whipped away safely enough by Mitchell.
Nice that, wasn't it? Finn Russell just noticing that Saints had been narrowed up a bit.
It's only his second start in the Premiership at fullback for Orlando Bailey. At Leicester in November 2021, the last time. He did play against Glasgow a couple of years ago, but really interesting, Oogs, to see how Bailey goes at 15 today. There's a bit of the Marcus Smith about it.
I really like it, and it's exactly that, having another ball player, another person that can manage territory and get Bath into the right spaces. The one part of his game that the back three are going to have to manage, though, is this high ball, because Saints kick and kick very, very well. Well taken.
Yeah, Thokina Singer was up, being challenged by Ram, and then taken away by Guy Pepper, who's had just about the perfect start to his Premiership life at his new club this season. Russell, Ajomo, and now Bailey, as he will do so often, you'd expect, coming in from fullback.
Thank you.
I know Bath's coaches really trust their squad, and a lot of them have, player-wise, played a lot recently. They want to see what the other guys can do in other positions, and they're seeing that with Bailey. They will see it with the 7-1 split on the bench later. Benoit Barno. Not much room there. Russell, and then spilt by Will Stewart, and now maybe Fraser Dingwall, the kind of ball that Saints love. Tommy Freeman herring after it. Early fullback work to do for the new fullback Bailey, and Bailey gets there first.
Bailey does such a brilliant job here of not biting. He actually waits for Dingwall to make a decision. This is the knock on here. Watch Bailey at the bottom of your screen. He doesn't jump in fact, he gives himself time. And he's like, Dingwall, if you want to kick into that space, I've already bought myself 5 metres. So whilst it was a turnover, so well dealt with a little bit of IQ and some good footwork to get back.
Mitchell, and then Augustus. Saints been very good at scoring early tries in the opening 20 minutes, and they've got another one here. Bath, on the other hand, very good at scoring tries in the last 20 minutes. They're the kings of the last lap.
Tackle now, Bath ball.
We hope this would be good, and it's started out that way.
Music, please.
Reed pops it up for Abano.
No, clearly it covers.
Much more studious, considered approach from Bath. They're not going to be rushed when they don't need to be rushed, and Spencer with the platform to launch that kick.
Backwards off white. That's a knock
back
on.
by Thokina Singer, and the knock on frustrating Tom Pearson.
Let's go. Knock on by 12. Let's go. Then by 7.
There's Max Ajomo, in the second Premiership game in 9 months for him after a foot injury. He came off the bench against Saracens last week, you may remember.
Good.
This time last year, he was about to get a call into Steve Borthwick's Six Nations training squad. That was the kind of form he was in before injury interrupted, so much for him to look forward to as well.
Hey, there's room for a 12 or 2 in that England squad, isn't there? There's room. If he can string 4 or 5 really good performances together.
Bind. Set.
Yes, it's Ajomo against Fraser Dingwall, who had a bit to say in the Six Nations a year ago as well.
You continue through the mark.
Captain today, Dingwall, picking up the role again for the 3rd time this season. It is actually one of those games, wherever you look, there are head-to-heads, and as much as it's a team game, they will all tell you that win your head-to-heads and you're on the way. Mitchell against Spencer, one of those head-to-heads today. Russell against Smith, Finn against Finn, and it's the Bath Finn, the Scottish Finn, to an English Hendy. And Hendy with smart feet, lovely feet, crowd-roaring feet, and that's nicely done. Ram with the chip, look who's chasing. Hutchinson not far away, really nicely done as well in defence. But Hendy.
Oh, isn't he fantastic when he gets his knees up? Nice step, that's easy enough because Finn Russell's committed. Great pace. Goes outside Guy Pepper, who's no slouch, but he ain't as quick as Hendy. Then it's a foot race. And Oogs, you'll know all about it, but Will Muir's defence on the other side of the field there, exactly where he needed to be ultimately, but what a break, lovely.
This fella, first thought always to run. I'll tell you what, I'm glad it is, because he's so good at it. It's a lovely touch there from Ram, just into space, just a couple of revolutions too hard. But yes, the work off the ball from Will Muir. Well, that's the second time, whether it's Muir, Bailey, bailing them out of trouble.
I think there were some eyebrows raised when George Hendy won the Gallagher Player of the Match award in June's final. Day of his life it was, but off the bench in the second half, and it was all really about the way that he set up that match-winning try for Mitchell.
Also, there's always lots of talk about the England fullback position. You've got the high ball laws as they are. Freddie Stewart, brilliant under the ball.
So therefore it's a goal line. So I'm pretty happy.
Very sturdy when it lands. Furbank, Marcus Smith, fantastic at the counter-attack. George Hendy's a shout. Oh, here we go.
Well, here's the first change. Josh Bayliss on for Guy Pepper. We're told it's a tactical change, which would seem very early for it to be a tactical change. And it's been changed to an injury. We can see it, he's limping, or at least he's in pain. So Bath perhaps already grateful that they've gone for that 7-1 split on the bench. Bayliss on within the first 10 minutes.
So if Bayliss has got to play on the wing at some point after they're smashing a load of rucks, good luck to him.
Interesting they brought Bayliss on and not Underhill to replace Pepper, just because Underhill seems unlikely to have to fill in the backs later on, as Oog said, but interesting to watch it play out.
They'll confirm the injury in a minute. Smith chased over the top. Oh, he's done brilliantly. Smith catches it, and now all sorts of mayhem in Bath's defence. Fraser Dingwall screaming for it. Mitchell gives it. Dingwall scores. What a noise at the Gardens. What a start to this Sunday afternoon.
Just wonderful from Finn Smith. He sees a bit of space in behind. Do you know what? That space closes up real quick after he puts that chip in. Defenders pour in, but he absolutely won't decelerate. He flies onto it. Bath players converging. He is the most intense. He's moving at the highest speed. Bath not moving quickly enough with enough intensity in defence. And you just wondered for a millisecond, has Alex Mitchell hung on to that for too long? Not a chance. He's too good. That ball was always getting to where it needed to be. Northampton Saints halfbacks, Smith and Mitchell take a bow. That was fabulous.
Oh, the first try after 79 seconds, the second 10 minutes later.
Another one all good, mate.
Cheers,
keep on it, keep on.
Well, it's Northampton of old. It's Northampton of last season, the team that won the championship. Won the title. Oh, this is a tester. Oh, it really needed to start to the right of the right-hand posts, but it's still a magnificent 5-point score for Northampton. 12-0.
It's excellent. Lovely variation away from the blitz defence. Gets lucky with the bounce of the ball, but chases really hard. But once again, speed of that ball and the connectivity when Saints get the ball quick, they're very good.
Restart on the bounce from Russell. And then the shimmy from Smith. It was touched by Root, Spencer, Abano. Bath eager to hammer in some tent pegs in Northampton's 22. It's not really happened so far. This is the first visit. Here's Tom Dunn. And here's Bayliss, just joined us. Good to see Ross Maloney getting a start. He's dirtying his hands. Reed waits, so it goes beyond him and to Abano, who can't gather, low down by his knees.
Lost forward, then holding on. Just
having a look at Finn Smith, just his understanding of where they are on the pitch. This is him highlighted. Look at the width. There is no width for Northampton, so he's got no options apart from the space in behind. He sees it, gets lucky. Brilliant effort off the back of that. They get their speed of ball and they score that try. Just within a couple of seconds, he's looked around, understood what's there, and then taken that opportunity.
Guy Pepper, by the way, a right leg injury, we are told from down below. That's the reason that Bayliss is on. Langdon, smart Saints line-out work away quickly. Hutchinson beautifully done. And then this is Ram, big holes. Oh, Ram Ram's gone the other way. Mitchell's there. Ram doesn't need him, or does he? He gets it down, despite the best efforts of Joe Thokinasinger. For half a second, the celebrations were on pause, but for only half a second. James Ram.
Well, Northampton Saints, the team who are supposed to be all but done in playoff terms, are shredding the top of the league team. They are shredding Bath at the moment. That try was absolutely superb. Super clean set-piece ball. Beautiful across the front from Finn Smith and Fraser Dingwall. Usual suspects. There were options outside. Everyone thought he would use them because they're so potent. Didn't need them. Had enough pace, backed himself. What a try. Northampton looked absolutely fantastic this first quarter.
The timing, the movement, the pace, the finish. This try's got it all. If someone asked me for a visual aid of what Northampton Saints look like when they're at their best, that try was it. Inventive, sheer quality, and currently blowing Bath away.
And the support work as well, Oogs. Hendy was there, he never got the ball, but he was such a big part of the try, keeping Bath's defensive eyes on him.
It's the work on the ball, but it's also the movement off the ball. You're running genuine lines and being options. And if you give the ball into space to players who are quick and have ability and good decision makers, like the whole of the Saints backline, you do get magic moments like this. I'm thrilled that they scored it, because the movement and everything about it was worthy of that 7 points.
And George Hendy, you're right, just drawing defenders' eyes. It's almost the Manu Tuolangi effect. He's so threatening that people are Bath already. We can see what he can do. He's only been around a season and a bit. They're terrified of him getting the ball, so of course they flock to him. Beautifully taken.
Now then, Bath won their last 6 games away from home in the Premiership. A lot of work to do here. Russell nicely taken, and this is opening up. Bailey, Thokinasinger. Oh, this is cooking up very nicely. And now Bath shows what they're about.
It's almost the same move with a different variation and a different scorer, also a different team. But the movement in and around it, it's a simple ball out of the back, but the timing on it stretches Northampton's defence and creates this one-on-one. Hendy, who was brilliant there for the first try. Oh my goodness. If you give big, powerful men one-on-one from not far out, you get moments like this. But this pick-up from Finn Russell, one hand, thanks for coming. There's the ball, and there's the finish.
Okay, again.
They've been banging in Premiership tries this season, and that is their 50th, and it was worthy of being the 50th. The kick angle very similar to the one that Finn Smith tried to deal with. What about Russell? Similar outcome. However, the warmth of the try not taken away.
It almost seemed too easy for Bath. It wasn't. It was really well created, really well crafted. Keep your eye on Ollie Lawrence at 13. Look at this decoy run before the ball goes out the back. Northampton just have to wait. They got no choice. They have to wait. He's not running a decoy line. He's running that, looking like he's going to get the ball. And if they give it to him, he's a threat. It just creates that extra metre out wide when you run a decoy line properly.
Well, Joe Thokinasinger scored a try in September in the home win against the Saints. He's got one here. A couple of tries last weekend against Saracens. Thokinasinger in prime form once more.
This ball goes out, I'll be able to show you the backs move that's been used and how hard it is for both 13s to be able to defend this. So we see it perfectly with James Ram's move at the moment. It's really nice piece of play here. Lovely wide pass. That's Ram in the boot. But the work and the decision-making, Ollie Lawrence, the minute he gets sat down in that position, Ram, he can get into the space a lot quicker, and that's the space, and that's where he goes on to score the try.
There's Langdon, held up by Miles Reed. Finn Smith. Liana Vanua doing some wrestling over the ball to clear it for Northampton, and then the kick. And they invite Bath to do what they can with a defensive line out.
How nice is that? 'Cause Bath were defending quite keenly then. Giving a bit of heat at the breakdown. Will Stewart, 135 kegs piling through on the counter-ruck, just keeping Saints honest. Lovely little kick that.
Start 2 metres and stay 2 metres.
That's a shortened line out. And it's taken by Maloney. 4 league titles during his time with Leinster. Dipping his toe into the English Premiership for the first time this season. He's not found starts easy to come by.
No.
A sign of the strength of this Bath squad. And then Ben Spencer gave that absolutely everything and a bit of extra turkey.
Oh, lovely that. Great kick. He properly whacked that one, didn't he? Mayana Vanua just went for the charge down. And as soon as he realised he'd gone too early and backed off, Spencer realised he could take an extra half a second and wallop.
To the front, Kemeny palms it down. Saints with quick ball to release Joanno Augustus. Dingwall doing what he does so well, just to re-spot the ball in midfield. Mitchell.
No! 2, your second man.
Pearson. Out of the back of the hand to Mayana Vanua. Fijian using his strength to make an extra couple of metres. Mitchell to Smith, who goes aerial, puts the question mark down for Thokana Singer. It went forwards. Was a Jomo offside? Did it come off a Saints hand? That appears to be the decision.
I thought it came back off Ram.
Yeah.
Mitchell again once more. Smith back.
Take it back!
He's got Tommy Freeman for support. Here goes Freeman. They're just having a look. The kick would have been the easiest option, but that's not what they want to do.
But his budget defence on Bath there, like, I'm sorry, Ben Spencer's put him into a corner, 2v2, and you give them space. They get bailed out because of the forwards. But the chase wasn't good enough. And this is what I mean. It's a lovely kick from Ben Spencer. Could you ask for anything more? Will Muir, lovely player, but just be aware of where you're at. It's 2v2. You get done like that. What are you doing?
Just the second penalty of the game so far. We've played a quarter of it. And Russell hammers it towards the 5-metre line. Could not have been better from the fly half. Here is position A if you want to launch something from your line out, and Bath are very good at that. Tom Dunn, so often the starter, so often the finisher. Let's see here. To the front to Maloney. Brilliant line out operator during his time across the Irish Sea. And Dunn has it. He's a little bit isolated, so he has to scrap on his own for a while. And then it's picked up by Roux. Saints winning the battle of the centimetres at the moment.
Advantage.
Bayliss. Northampton, though, too eager. Offside.
Play the advantage.
Reed. To Augustus. Bayliss wants it, and
no advantage.
Barney got in the way. However, so Alex Coles, who was picked out.
It's interesting then, as soon as the referee shouted that Bath had the advantage, you saw the Northampton Saints backline immediately communicate with one another to make sure they maintain their width, because so often you see the play for nothing ends up being a cross-field kick, because why not? But Northampton Saints got themselves really, really well positioned defensively for that shot to nothing from Bath, and you saw Finn Russell say, keep it, to Ben Spencer. There's nothing on for me.
There's an awful lot of movement in the previous Bath line-out. Maybe they fear Saints line-out defence, drilled by James Craig. This one a bit more straightforward to the front, David.
And it ends up being power. Saints have defended that really, really well initially. Bath will have one call to move that. Saints now have to hang firm. Brilliant D.
A Jomo. He did what he could to get that ball away, but there was just no room. So Spencer gives it air to Bailey. Thocken Singer to the right-hand side, but he was being marked by Hendy. Done.
Have a look at the line speed now from Northampton. This drill started on the 5-metre line. They're getting up, two-man shots, and they are disrupting Bath at the moment.
Russell nearly got through. Spencer, oh, that is hard running from Barbary. Another penalty coming. Reed, Russell, what's on his mind? Just a little ball back inside to Lawrence. Spencer, Jomo. So much West Country threat in midfield right now, and Josh Bayliss as well. The Wallabies won't need reminding of his try-scoring prowess in the autumn. That glorious one at Murrayfield in November. Done again. And then Stewart, Bath into double figures phase-wise, but still Saints defence clocking on. Russell, who was held on to by Pearson.
No advantage, good turnover. Clearly come off and then move. 7.
That's good defence. Lee Radford is Northampton's defence coach. He'll be happy enough with what he's seen so far.
He will. A carry like Barbary's here, you've got to pick him up early. Pearson would want to be 18 inches lower than that, but they get the job done. He just lies on top for a second. Does Pearson, trying to slow it down.
7.
He takes a gamble, gets pinged. Needs to get out the way quicker. So far, defence has looked really pretty tidy from Northampton.
It's great defence, but if I was Bath, I'd be straight into the referee. We've been here for the last 4 or 5 minutes, a couple of brilliant defensive sets, but it's ended up in penalty, not rolling, penalty. If we go again, and if they infringe again, I'd be wanting a little bit more than what you're currently giving.
And also, while Bath evidently have looked more threatening when Finn Russell gets the ball and almost moves a bit laterally and stretches defenders, and running straight into the Northampton brick wall doesn't appear to be working, it is exhausting to play against. And bear in mind the bench that Bath have got to bring on. So they won't mind not necessarily not smashing through that brick wall yet, knowing that in half an hour or so they've got a load of massive units to come on and try and do the same with presumably a more fatigued opposition.
That's Lee Blackett next to Jan van Graan, Richard Blaze as well, who's done such a brilliant job with the forwards at the club. Lee Blackett has his own WhatsApp group with Finn Russell, conspiring bits and pieces to unlock defences. But yeah, the work that those two have done with the backs and the forwards, combined with the brilliant management of Jan van Graan. Have a chat with. I didn't just say that to butter Jan up, by the way. I suspect he's not listening to us at the moment, but we will be speaking to him shortly. But I think we're all big fans. Meantime, Bath with eager eyes on another opportunity from the line out. Again, it's done to Maloney. Saints get the early shove as Bath brought the ball down, but then Bath stabilise. It's crabbing infield and another penalty. Looks like it's gone against Josh Kemeny, and then Russell spins it wide. Oh, brilliant from Bailey. Bailey so close. He's got there. Well, the pass from Russell and Bailey's eye for the line, he never took it off it.
The forwards have done a brilliant job, but Finn Russell's pass, not just the speed of it, it's the length of it. Gets right outside that Northampton defence. And how well does Orlando Bailey do to negotiate his way through 4, if not 5 Northampton defenders? When you've got that quality and speed and then accuracy, it gives you moments, it gives you chances, but it's simply stunning. And Finn Russell, I mean, he's been doing this for so long now, and has provided another wonderful moment just as Bath are looking for it.
It's only the second Premiership try that Orlando Bailey has scored. It was a little cracker. and it's worth 7 points, and Bath absolutely back in this bun fight.
I think the pass is wonderful. You just think about how would you try and defend it. It's so difficult. Look at those defenders. It's an absolute nightmare. Hendy has to consider Singer, so he can't necessarily fly in too early. It's perfection. It's beautiful attacking play from one of the best fly halves on the planet. Really good finish from Orlando Bailey. And the Northampton Saints shredder has been, for the moment at least, unplugged.
Imagine being in cruise control for the opening 15, 16 minutes of this game and only been up by 7 points at 26 minutes into the game.
26 minutes, 5 tries.
Half for 2 halves.
Welcome to the Premiership. Northampton with the penalty.
3 needs to retreat. Stands up out of the ruck and goes forward. Within 10.
I don't know if there is a stat, but if there's a stat for the amount of restarts that have been missed or failed or not exited off the back of scoring, it's not good enough for top teams.
6.
So this opportunity for Curtis Langdon and Northampton from their line-up, won by Kemeny, back to Langdon, and Ram takes on Reed, who tried to reef it away at the same time, but it's Mitchell's to play with. Augustus.
Advantage offside.
Already Northampton going for a bonus point try. Pearson, Bath offside, all this with the advantage then. Finn Smith part of the clear-out crew. Augustus waits. He's hunted down by Maloney. Mitchell there quickly. Mayana Vanua. Josh Kemeny on this near right-hand side, providing the greatest width, but Bath seem to have him covered. So there's ball through from Smith. Delightful. Hendy gets it down. What on earth do you say about all of this? The ambition, the invention, the application, and a 4th and bonus point securing try for Saints, for George Hendy, but we know who the architect was.
Well, this carry here actually from Tom West, I think he got further than Bath thought he might. He just put them just about on the back foot. George Hendy, lovely finish, but Finn Smith, oh, if he hasn't got it all, he ain't far off. That was just gorgeous. Lovely try, another lovely try from Saints. Look, it just makes it look so easy. It ain't, or everyone would do it.
Left foot as well, just quietly off the instep into the space.
4 visits to Bath's 22, 4 Northampton tries. That's something that will concern, I'm sure, Johan van Graan when we talk to him.
On the wide, out wide.
Well, let's have a chat with him now. Let's start with the negatives, Jan. There are 4 of them. Is there a pattern to them? What are you seeing defensively?
Yeah, the last one was we had control, didn't exit. They got a penalty, and you can't defend penalties. And you know, the referee has been very accurate in terms of what he gives and what he doesn't. We've got to keep the ball better, but this is going to be a ding-dong battle throughout the 80th.
Why is the Premiership like this at the moment?
Because you've got 10 very good teams all trying to play positive rugby. Nobody's kicking for goal, everybody's going for the corner. So if you're 99% there, you're going to get punished. So we've got to make sure we stay in this fight. This is going to be a fight right till the end.
Well, it's so much fun to watch. Just give us an idea of the kind of things that you're looking to put down on the pitch that maybe we've not seen so far.
Oh, we're just going to get more position on the ball. And at this stage we haven't gotten that, and then Northampton are fantastic off turnover ball, and we've got to be better in our turnover attack. Look, as I said, there's another opportunity now for 2 teams to keep counter-attacking at each other.
Yeah, it's amazing, Jan. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you.
Thanks, Nick.
In the middle of all that, you'll have noticed Will Muir. It looks like a hamstring. It looks like one that is going to end his game, and with a 7-1 split on the bench, that is not good news for Johan and the rest of his Bath men, as the ball is touched down by Tommy Freeman.
He pulled up as he kicked the ball and tried to sprint through here. Only a couple of steps.
Yeah, time's off.
Grabbed that hamstring straight away. That left side.
Well, he did pull up.
This bit of skill from Finn Russell here, that pick up one-handed. Goodness me. That's David Campese and then some, for those who are old enough. I'm not. Just seen the videos. How about those skills from Finn Russell? Wild skill.
Well, Will Muir is coming off, and look who's coming on. Here's what you get when you have a 7-1 split on the bench. It's a winger replaced by a flanker.
Poor bloke, gutted for Will Muir. He's been brilliant this season. Really, really good, effective for Bath. So Josh Bayliss now has had the order. He's coming over to the left wing. And he's big and rapid. As quick as a winger, but he's not a winger. So let's see what Saints do with that.
He has been training there this week. They've been running him on the wing.
Thing is, Tommy Freeman's been training there for about 20 years.
You gathered.
Well, let's see who's made the best use of their time.
5.
We're going to enjoy this, as we knew we would. Here's Dunn. Russell. Lawrence. No way through. Stewart upended by Langdon. Spencer Ajomo, that's nicely done. And then Maloney, and the ball away from Barbary. Russell's screaming for it. Here we go. Reed, he's wheelbarrowed backwards to brilliant effect by Freeman. Oh, that's defending.
I think it might have been Finn Smith, could have been Freeman. Whoever it was, caught Miles Reed on the half volley. Didn't have a chance to lower his centre of gravity. Just what you want. Reed catches it. No, he doesn't. He's taken steps. He's just been melted by Finn Smith.
Yeah, it was Finn with a little bit of help from Freeman, but that man was the main tackler.
What a shot that is. The big boy Miles Reed doesn't get treated like that too often.
Augustus.
Relax.
It's like rugby on fast forward.
Yeah.
Where are those days when we used to have scrums and lineouts when we could ask how the family were, catch up on all the gossip? Those days are gone. This is 100% undiluted attacking rugby. Barbary continuing it. Spencer was there. He's got some work to do. Maloney. And then Ajomo and Rue. Oh my goodness. Dunn gets it away. And Bayliss, the flanker. There was no way through, but we just stand up and we tip our hats in the direction of everybody on the pitch.
I mean, there's been a couple of brilliant line breaks. If Alex Barbary just straightens up here, Spencer's under the sticks, he runs into his space, but the move's not dead there. And then Josh Bayliss, Mitchell's taking the bins out, sends him into touch. It's been another brilliant defensive set. Even when Northampton have been broken, they found solutions.
Hey, Bayliss needs to work on his finishing, doesn't he? Just a joke. Tell you what a game. What a game. Tom Dunn through the middle, throwing dummies and outside centre 13 channel.
Andy, our producer, says we've not done the promos yet, Nick. We've not had time, Andy. Here's a clue. If it's called the Premiership and it's on TNT Sports, watch it.
Yeah.
Because in all likelihood, it'll be brilliant.
In.
Anyway, we do have time for the promo, so Hilly will be thrilled. Here we go. And now we wait for them. There we go. Wrapped up all of this tonight. The rugby review, Craig putting into some kind of order or disorder. And then next Saturday night, I think it's the first time they played a women's test match at the MCG in Melbourne since the late 1940s. England against Australia.
What was it like, Nick?
It was great. It was a little bit warm, beer cheaper than it was today. Thoroughly enjoying myself, thanks, Hughes.
You can't be on that 5 metre line. They'll come through. There we go.
Augustus.
On the ball.
Into Quidru.
Use it!
Mitchell used all the time he had to get the ball away from a charging Maloney.
Did all right there, Mitchell, didn't he? Decent enough kick, but he just had to skip away there. A lot of pressure on the box kick these days. I think the game's better for it. These super long rucks that take an hour and 3 miles long, absolutely no pressure at all. We want as many contests as possible in the game.
There's no question, despite the fact that Saints have scored the 4 tries and Bath have been losing players, it is Bath who at the moment look to be the biggest threat. Certainly look favourites to score the next try, if there is to be one before half-time. Abano thuds it up. Stewart was merely a decoy for Underhill, who was on for Will Muir a few minutes ago. Done again. Abano rumbling around.
Oh, Curtis Langdon, that shot, that secondary shot was massive.
No way through for Barbary as a result of that.
I'll tell you one thing is certain.
Well, there was some crawling going on there. Was that Will Stewart?
Was it given for not releasing? I mean, people were saying for crawling. It's holding. It's going for holding on. That's not the hit. That's the hit from Langdon. The secondary hit was massive. It's a breakdown that follows this one. Yep, good call. Just wondered if there was any daylight between Kemeny and Stewart on the floor before Kemeny went for the turnover, and there was. Really, really good technique from the back rower.
And then it was Kemeny winning the line out.
Don't change. You're on the outside.
Try on his Saints debut at the Rec in September, the Australian. Saints ahead here. Kemeny again amongst the scorers. Dingwall, Ram and Smith, they've got 4. Thockenham, Singer and Bailey for Bath. If you're just joining us, you've not missed much. Lawrence. Hendy turning. He's got Mitchell up in support. Freeman doing what he can to get behind the ball as well. That might offer opportunities here for players like Russell. Oh, Russell took the tackle from Hendy. And then Mitchell got there, but he didn't win it. And Thockenham Singer did. And Russell's back on his feet, and Spencer flings it wide. And the leg break did for Miles Reid.
It's the right option. It's not the wrong pass. Do you think it was the right option, Luke? Orlando Bailey, fantastic in the air.
I mean, that's a shank, isn't it? I like Finn Russell taking up the space. I thought it was really good timing of Hendy. But the accuracy of that kick there and Orlando Bailey in the air, great combination. That's spot on, that's play on. But you're right, Flats, the space is out there. I mean, it's a poor pass. That's their 4th visit to the 22 for no tries. And coming into this game, Bath were the deadliest, the best team in the country when they got into the 22.
They're the 2 players that Bath have already lost, Guy Pepper and Will Muir. Joe Thockenham Singer, thankfully for Jan van Graan and everyone else, is back on his feet. Concern now for George Hendy. Shoulder injury.
Well, he lifted his left arm, opened up his shoulder for that shot on Finn Russell, didn't he? Actually owed him one, because Hendy cleared it a couple of minutes ago, and Finn Russell the timing was good, but he let him have it just after he kicked it. Bit of revenge there, and it was proper point of the shoulder, that. Looks all right.
Just a reminder that George Furbank making his way back from the broken arm. We'll rule him out for at least bits of the Six Nations. Some defensive work to do here for Northampton. Spilt by Mayana Vanera on the floor, but Saint shirts there. Mitchell, 2 minutes to go to half-time. Thockenham Singer down on one knee, up very quickly. Done. I'm impressed with Maloney and his work rate. He as a starter has caught the eye.
First off White, 2 knock-ons.
Yeah, his we could call little bits and pieces around the breakdown. First and second receiver have been really tidy, haven't they? He's always been active, really active player. That was a nice inside ball from Tom Dunn. Maloney wasn't just standing waiting for it, moved on to it, just moving Bath forward metre by metre.
Okay, you build, is this your ball? You build
You couldn't say he's arrived and steamed into the team. He hasn't been a regular starter. Charlie Ewell's on the bench today, we'll see him at some point. But you're right, the more he plays, the more settled in he looks. Very handy addition.
A reminder, meantime, Josh Bayliss positioned on this left wing with Will Muir off injured. Mitchell, Smith, Hendy, Freeman. Ooh, and Hendy was taken late by Lawrence, so we'll come back for that. And if you've just hurt your shoulder, that doesn't help.
It's a needless penalty, isn't it? I get it, but...
Yeah, it's late, definitely. Oh, strong. Look at that. Yeah, you got a penalty for it.
I mean, it's nothing more than a penalty.
Hold on. Just trust the system, fellas. No, not yet. Just wait.
Shoulder issues for Hendy, and Tom Seabrook is coming on. Injury disruption for both sides in this first 40. 40 full of entertainment, but full of some questions for the head coaches, the directors of rugby as well.
And no matter who comes on for George Hendy, the sort of form he's in, the 40 minutes he's had, he's a big loss in attack, really big loss. Major threat gone for Saints.
See how Northampton have reorganised. Still got Pearson trying to blast big holes up through midfield. And Smith. Miana Vanua. Tackled by Abano.
Ball's available.
Smith and Pearson rocked back and in the process loses the ball. Oogs, what have you got?
Half time.
Well, thank you. It'll wait till the second half, I'm sure. What a first half. Let's just run down the try scorers. Kemeny, Dingwall, Ram, Singer, Bailey, Smith, in that order. A few injuries that Craig and Danny will talk about doubtless at half-time. But at the Gardens, a little 5-star Sunday afternoon matinee so far. Northampton 26, Bath 12. Yeah, you really get the feeling that if Northampton are to be part of the end of season playoffs, then this is a match they have to win, and it feels like that's what they've been saying to each other all week. They were as good as their word in the first 20 minutes. They have been the best at scoring early tries, but they will know, a word of caution from their point of view, the best team at scoring late tries this season, and they've scored bagloads of them at Bath, so they are very much in this, and they've got such a strong bench as well, despite the 7-1 split, despite losing Muir and bringing on Bayliss as a makeshift winger. This match, as we all know, a long, long way from reaching its conclusion. Taken by Orlando Bailey, who is starting at fullback for Bath today, just his second time in the Premiership.
Yeah. No advantage.
Northampton have made a change, incidentally, David, at half-time. At loosehead prop, Tarek Hafar is on for Tom West. We hear that Tom West had a little bit of a fitness test before kick-off. There were one or two doubts about him before the game. He did start, but he's not with us at the beginning of the second half. It's Hafar.
Yeah, you would presume that's to do with that injury or an injury. He was going well, Tom West. getting around the field nicely, defending okay, scrummaging okay, doing well. And also you'd imagine they want to keep the fresh prop for when Thomas Dutoy comes off the bench.
Let's transfer fun fake and the Springbok. Bath's 2 replacements, Mitchell, Smith, and then Hutchinson. Lovely step just to avoid the on-rushing Thokanasiga.
Well, Thokanasiga read that well, but he had to make the tackle. Been bailed out. Really good defence by Ollie Lawrence over the breakdown. But the read was okay from Thokanasiga. It stopped Roy Hutchinson getting the ball away, doing what he wanted to do. But actually Hutchinson was able to skip away from him and make ground, but a good bit of breakdown work from Bath.
It's really nice, isn't it? Just trying to give a bit of time and space. But Ollie Lawrence, he bites in, and Thokanasiga follows his mate in, forces Hutchinson back onto the inside into the threat, and then Lawrence finishes off that job.
Dunn's throw, stolen by Alex Coles. There's a bit of a wahe. Smith found Dingwall eventually. Ram doing what he can on that far right-hand side. Dingwall, chopped in half, sliced and diced by Tom Dunn. That is a rib-rearranging, penalty-winning tackle. What an intervention from the hooker. Apologies for the language at the end of it.
He's got a hog roast company, isn't he, Tom Dunn? He's just treated him like a piece of meat. That is a hammering. What a shot on Dingwall. Wrong guy to step into, Tom Dunn. It's like a breeze block.
Brilliant defensive set. But the last 2 attacks Bath have had, they've actually given the ball up within 1 and 2 phases. It's been an issue of theirs today, getting into the, not getting in the red zone, but converting in the red zone. This is their first opportunity now in this second half to try and claw back some of that deficit.
Reed. Sam Underhill brings it away. Barbary. 8 on 8. Barbary and Augustus. Dunn. Stewart, Saints offside. So Reed with free ball here. Barbary with free ball, but Coles & Co not making it easy for them. Abano.
Still under advantage.
Dunn.
Tackle release! Yeah, advantage.
Maloney waits. Reed waits. Abano waits. Maloney just resets. Spencer now up to Abano. Underhill.
Still under advantage.
Quinn goes in. Abano again.
No!
2 within 2 metres of the first score in this second half.
Time off. It'll be your penalty. You have 2 advantages.
The pitch littered with largely Northampton bodies after that
We've got one
defensive effort.
Here. Just stay there, Alex, please.
Tom Pearson amongst them.
Give a bit of space, lads.
I love what Bath are about. We know they're an incredibly powerful side, but you need a bit of disguise. That's all 4 team players within that inside post. So for Northampton, who have been physical and really stood up, you've got Josh Bayliss dislocated from this about 50 metres away. But the threat's obvious. And so if you are going to put your head in between the spokes, which Northampton have repeatedly done, it makes their challenge that much easier. So I think not only do Bath need to physically challenge them, but change the landscape and the pitcher to try and stretch them to make some of those carries 2v1s rather than 1v2s, which they're currently running into.
You got penalties. You got 2 penalties. Okay. I don't think there was anything for it.
Yeah, clash of own player heads.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just slow this down. Just Which one are you taking off, James?
Timo Meana-Vanua, who started today because Chunyamunga is injured.
Right.
He came out worst in the clash of heads.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Actually, Northampton
Not yet. They're still waiting for another replacement.
are making 2 changes. Tom Lockett is coming on for Alex Coles, and Henry Pollock for Angus Scott Young. Correction,
Just
Angus Scott Young.
They've had 2 people
coming
go
on for Timo Meana-Vanua. Assume that some of that might be HIA business. But anyway, either way, Angus Scott Young is on. Tom Lockett is on. Timo Meana-Vanua heads off for his HIA. Not looking too happy with life. Bath have gone. Tom Dunn up to the line. Just short. What of Reed? Will he give it? Will he go? He gives it to Barbary. And Northampton with some reorganising to do in defence, with some fresh bodies down there, but on red alert to Barno. Picked up by Maloney. Lawrence waits with interest, but it never needs to go that far. It is Will Stewart. And it is the Kings of the second half who are doing second half things already.
Quite often when you're picking and going the same direction, the defence almost go into autopilot and just fold around the far side. See it as a race. Look, they're getting called around. Augustus is calling them round. And every time it happens, the defenders,
okay, that's fine. You've got time to
away from whom the game is moving, race around the back. You see Davison's done it there. Tarek Hafar, Curtis Langdon's hedging his bets. Actually really, well, perfectly clever of Will Stewart to recognise that Saints were keen to fold, as Trevor Davidson, one tight head, runs around the other way. Will Stewart switches it left to right. I think I'm overcomplicating it, actually. I'm over-explaining that. He picked and go where he saw a bit of space and scored it. Come on.
Finn Russell converts, and we can have a chat with James Craig, Northampton's line-out coach. It's getting very interesting, this, James, isn't it? Maybe a bit too interesting from your point of view.
Yes, it's going to get very interesting with obviously losing both our second rows there just before that tap pen. So yeah, there's a few problems for us to get our heads around, but yeah, it's been an interesting game, hasn't it? Yeah.
What are the instructions that you're trying to get down there at the moment? What are the commandments that you've got to get right over the next 10 minutes?
I mean, it's probably not. I think if we're reacting to things in the next 10 minutes, it's probably a bit too late. We've got the way we want to play the game. Bath have obviously come with a pretty clear game plan.
He's watching line-outs, Nick.
There is a line-out going on, unfortunately. Obviously, we want to get as much of our game on the pitch as possible. They want to probably try and slow it down a little bit more than we want to play fast. So, being good at the breakdown, being disciplined, that's going to allow the ball to be on the pitch and us to play our game. You with line-outs is like flats with scrums. Nothing gets between the two of you. Just talk us through this one. What are you looking for? What might we see here? Primarily, obviously, winning the ball and then delivering it, which we haven't done there. That's not how we wanted to deliver that. So
we'll let you go, James. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. It was Mitchell's initial burst, and this is Lockett. Mitchell, and then Tarek Hafar. Saints, as James was saying, have been forced into lots of forward changes in the opening minutes of this second half.
I love how little he said during the line-out. He just completely went quiet. It's what you want in a line-out coach. You want a nerd, an obsessive.
We never really got the time to ask because the ball was in play, but it's worth underlining, for all of Northampton's free-flowing rugby, the foundations of the set piece. Ferguson's scrum, Craig's line out, that's where it all begins for them, and the speed that they get it away from those sometimes. It
does begin, and of course there will be counter-attacks and periods of transition where they turn the ball over when perhaps they weren't expecting to, when Northampton Saints are excellent, but a lot of what they do comes from set piece. A lot of what they do is planned. It's not just off the cuff. It's Sam Vesti's planning, but it comes from really good set piece coaching.
Well, that's the equivalent of a New Year Alka-Seltzer. Saints needed a tummy settler, and it's been provided by the main man, by Finn Smith. Only 3 points, but they feel like big 3 points.
Finn Russell was saying recently in an interview I read that he likes the idea of fans not being quiet during kicks and booing and jeering and a bit of atmosphere. I sort of see his point, but I rather like how silent the Saints Stadium was then, as Finn Smith lined that up. There's something romantic about it, isn't there?
Yeah, like the old days. Apologies from Finn Russell. Northampton changes. Francois Fonfay, Thomas du Toit and Charlie Ewells are coming on. You'll have heard Anthony Woodthorpe tell us that Benno Abano, Will Stewart and Ross Maloney, after a prominent game, are making way. I've been racking my brains if the Springboks have the bomb squad with their 7 forwards. What a Bath have. The best of the Bath bomb we've just had. There you go. Sorted, end of conversation.
Hang on.
Strawberry flavoured. No, conversation
Our director
over.
has nicked that into our earphone. I had that lined up, actually, director.
Too late.
I was getting the credit for that. Well, Bath Buns, the Bath Bun squad. Oh,
Bath Buns,
Bun.
not quite so much. No, Griff's the winner. He gets the bag of donuts.
Okay, stand up.
The
Stand
Bath
up.
bombs,
Okay,
beautiful.
no worries. Okay, here's your mark. If you go first, it's your ball. They'll set to your left.
I mean, what a bench. Francois Fonfay last week was outrageous against Sarries at the Rec when he came off the bench. He was charging kicks down, juggling.
Crouch. Bind. Set into squeeze one. Keep it on, Thomas. And now. Keep it on. Don't go in that gap. Don't go in that gap.
It's more and more interesting. Oh, Spencer tried to kick the ball away from Mitchell there. Smith does kick it. And Bailey sprints across to try to get it before it went out of play. How well did he did? If his feet had been a couple of sizes bigger, he wouldn't have been able to do that, but that was brilliant. On a slippy pitch as well to hold his feet.
He did well, but he had to put it onto the left, didn't he?
Meantime, here's Tom Seabrook. Placed George Hendy in the first half. Langdon. Smith. It's asking a lot of Freeman.
So, Bailey's backfield coverage has been very, very good. Not just taking that, but twinkle towing down here. That was excellent.
Let's go.
I think that's one of the first real mistakes Finn Smith has made. It wasn't the best kick, but actually, even if Tommy Freeman had known about it, he was miles away. It wasn't really the option. Bath had cover. I see they would want to test Josh Bayliss' defence out wide, but that wasn't the time. It wasn't the right call. He's human, after all, today.
Saints shorten line out with Joano Augustus out amongst the backs, so expect him to be employed shortly. Not just yet, though. It's the backs and Dingwall trying to do what they can. Mitchell, Smith, 10 on 10. Kemeny rips it up and went quickly. Langdon. Ooh, Langdon with the give and the go. And then Augustus on hand. Northampton with an extra log or two on the fire here. Smith and Hutchinson and...
Ball's exposed.
Couldn't get the ball away.
Brilliant.
It's your best way.
Well, so good from Thomas du Toit. Just managed to keep his balance. So lovely from Curtis Langdon. This tackle here doesn't look that big side on from Underhill, but tell you what, needed making that. Really good from Curtis Langdon, and du Toit gets a really good position. Just watch his leg on the near side. He's so nearly losing balance. He does so well to hold himself up, bit of core strength before he tips. just long enough for the whistle to go.
Bath for a long time, I felt, spent a lot of money on some high-profile players that weren't very good. Thomas du Toit, oh my goodness.
Henry Pollock is on for Tom Pearson. Other news from the dressing room down below is Timo Mailana Vanua has failed his HIA, so we will not see him under the garden lights again today. Over the top, picking out a Jomo. Root, that's his way, done. Again, beetling around to great intent, Tom Dunn, fun fake. Russell snaps it back for Orlando Bailey. He has to work too hard to get the ball away and in the end lost accuracy. Bailey in his desperation to win it back did well to put the pressure on Freeman, and here's Lawrence. A little bit of work to do on his own initially, but now he's got some mates there. Mitchell. Du Toit rolled it in. This is fun fake. Bayliss had it. Bath looking for their try-scoring bonus point, and they will get it. Ball off the floor, Underhill to a screaming Max Ajomo. And this contest continues to crackle.
You were speaking about a set piece, and this is where they get it from. Over the top, straight to Max Ajomo. Tommy Freeman gets unlucky there, but then Singer, he does what he does so well. Strong through contact, gets his arms free. Ollie Lawrence then sidestepping back in. And from this moment, they actually stretch Northampton Saints. Way better pressure, way better choreography, and that out of contact to Max Ajomo.
All good here, Woody.
It's game on again.
And Bath have secured the try-scoring bonus point for 4 tries, 8 out of 10 games this season.
It's a mad one, Flats, because I'd say Saints have been like a good 8, 9 out of 10, haven't they?
Yeah.
I'd say Bath have been 6.5. They've been off it, way off it. And this is a tight game.
But the thing about great teams isn't always that they're 8 out of 10 every week. It's when you're not quite at your best, you find ways to win, and a lot of that is personnel, a lot of that is coaching, of course, and all that stuff, and management. But you need the weapons that can do the job, and Sam Underhill, just quietly off the bench, mainly defensively, it has to be said, has had a major impact since he came on in the first half. Every collision he enters into seems to be more powerful than everybody else. He's made a real difference to Bath.
This Bath change is because Thomas du Toit needs an HIA, and Will Stewart quickly back with us. Finn Smith restarts. And Northampton, who at one point led by 19 points, now lead by just 3. Kemeny, Mitchell, what do Saints have now? How do they protect this lead? Got to score more. How do they stretch it? Hutchinson away, and Seabrook part of the mix as well, and he goes in to help clear things out. Scott Young. Hafar runs into the hefty shoulders of Quinn Roux. Smith. Try to hold on to it for as long as he could.
Knock on by White.
Freeman still has it.
50-22's on it. He's got it. He's getting it.
No.
He's not. That's a lot of excitement over Kemeny.
Alex Coles has failed his HIA.
50-22 back on.
Where's this one going? This one looks a little bit more likely. Yes.
So much space over there, so much. Have a look as it pans across. It's a really good kick, but he'd do well not to find a bit of space there, to be honest.
Jaco Coetzee coming on for Alfie Barbary in the Bath back row.
Time on.
12 carries for 139 metres, that fella, Barbary.
Coetzee on to add his brand of physicality, particularly on the gain line as well. He's not got as long to carry as far as Barbary did, but he'll do what he can. And Saints with very handy ball, but not cleared up yet.
Yeah, agreed.
Hafar.
Onside! Onside! Use it! Missed it.
Oh my gosh.
They did miss him, though. When Sam Underhill's about, duck.
Lawrence. Strength horse, Spencer.
I've just got a knock on field here. We have multiple players down. We're going to go time off. If I get told anything different, I'll deal with it, okay? And remember, some on-field knock-on. We've stopped for the injury. Pardon? Score ball, yes. Stu, we have... Yes, and water on, that's fine, yeah.
Once we're done here,
Stu, we got 23.
Craig will be leading us through the first rugby review of
He's a
2025. We're talking about how
down.
bonkers, how entertaining the Premiership has been over the course of the last few months, over the course of this season. We were asked to vote for our favourites. What was your favourite bonkers moment in the season so far, Riggs?
At the end of the Bristol Sarries game. Do you remember the mock that Gabriel Libertoy and his lot ran? And then Sarries somehow clinged on. That penalty from Lazowski.
Currently a knock-on.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I haven't got a big enough view at the minute, mate.
Okay, that's fine.
Here it comes now.
For Jaco Coetzee. Meantime, it's being looked at by Stuart Terridge, the TMO.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, look, we're going to need to look at this, lads.
Look at it. Okay,
Yeah. 23, the supporting player, runs upright and into a defender coming in.
Okay, that's fine. So wait, are we saying that you think there's foul play against the
I do believe
player?
there's potential foul play by 23 White to review.
Okay, we'll check it, no worries.
So Anthony Woodthorpe, Stuart Terridge, having another look at this.
That's fine.
23 running a supporting line, yeah.
That's fine.
What's the foul play there that what's Coetzee done wrong? He's been an option to get that ball from Lawrence if given. He's running a line.
So 23 is a running supporting line. He's actually upright and he makes a reckless contact with the supporting player, yeah?
Not seeing foul play.
I'm not agreeing with you here.
Yeah, I agree with the ref.
fact that it's reckless and he's committed foul play. I see 23 running a support line. He's looking at the ball carrier and then the defender comes and they meet together and it's head on head. He's alongside him and it's a natural running line that he's run. I'm not seeing this as foul play. It's just unfortunate. So we'll just go with no foul play for me and wait for him to get treated.
All right, understood,
happy with
mate.
that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, cool, thank you.
Great reffing, well done.
We're just checking if there was foul play. There's no foul play against you and there's no foul play against him. So it's both an accident. Okay. No foul play. Yeah, at the moment it's just a scrum.
How was anyone calling that support line foul play?
Their ball at the moment.
Anyway,
I just think because we've got this frenzy of if we see head-on-head contact,
so, Stu, just make sure that it's just a knock-on by Bath and it's not a slap down by Green at that breakdown.
I didn't see anything, mate.
Okay, that's fine.
Alfie Barbary is
he hasn't got anything off the angle.
Back on for Jaco Coetzee.
That's fine.
He definitely came off second best in the collision with Fraser Dingwall. I think before all that, we finished off the promo. So rugby review with Craig, 5:15, and then the women's Ashes from the MCG Melbourne. First time, as we were saying, that they have played a women's test there since not long after the end of the Second World War. A 4-day, actually a day-nighter between Australia and England, and you'll be able to watch every single ball with us here on TNT Sport. Heading towards the final quarter here. It's been good so far, but the final quarter promises plenty more as well. Scott Young eager for it on this near left-hand side. Instead it goes to the right, and Langdon. Hutchinson was the emergency scrum half in the absence of Mitchell. Mitchell's there for the next phase, and Smith and Scott Young.
Oh, Underhill. Oh, goodness.
Sam Underhill.
Oh, dear.
Oh, shaking the floor.
It's like a human guillotine. He's cut him in half.
Mitchell and Langdon at full pace. Half away, despite the best efforts of Bailey.
There are sidelines.
Trevor Davison rumbles in. It is Scott Young. The Gardens back roaring in hope.
Oh, right, okay. Playing advantage. White never on side.
Bath are offside. Scott Young. No look pass that was not accurate enough for Smith to take cleanly.
Curtis Langdon, he's done some brilliant things in this game.
Oh.
That shot from Underhill was mega. Absolutely bashed him. Alex Mitchell, he's just fantastic, isn't he? At close quarters, getting that ball away, just getting his arms through, delaying his passes. Langdon flying.
Underhill's a joke.
Mate. His tackle before that was at boot level, and it just chopped the ball carrier right in front of Alfie Barbary. If Barbary had kept his balance, it would have been a turnover off the back of his chop tackle. 5 seconds later, he's melted someone. He's just different. He's different.
Northampton change in the front row. Trevor Davison off, Luke Green on. Made his Premiership debut at the start of the season against Bath at the Rec. That's not gone to plan.
No, it has not. I don't think the plan was to have the opposition tight head catch it clean at the front.
With no lift.
I think you'd say it's gone Pete Tong, that one, but no lift. I don't know how you'd lift him. Need some farm equipment.
Northampton desperately searching for a bit more fresh air between them and a hungry Bath right now, and they just can't do it. They've been dragged back to within 3. Here's the line out again.
Ooh, they've wanted the no-lift drive, haven't they, at the front? But well read.
Reed wasn't far away, but this time it is Saints ball, and Augustus probably got to 4th gear by the time he was rattled to the floor by Barbary and co. Oh, beautifully done by Hutchinson, but again Reed on quickly to the next ball, which was held onto by Smith. Hafar. Once more, Hutchinson not hanging around.
Let it go, let it go.
Seabrook took it back in field. Hutchinson, oh, it's been charged down by Reed, and Reed gave it to the quicker man, who was Thokanasiga. Thokanasiga against Hutchinson. Thokanasiga wins gold. And somehow, having been 19-0 down early on here, Bath, the Premiership leaders, are ahead.
How good. It's all come from defence. Northampton, they're in their flow. The option for the kick is right. The better option of Miles Reed, giving it to one of the quickest men on the pitch, Joe Thokanasiga. And in that moment, and with that try, Bath have taken the lead at the Gardens.
Do you know what? It's the energy from Miles Reed to get up and charge that down. Hutchinson's been one of the better players on the field today for me, but it's Miles Reed's energy to fly up, create that chaos. And I've often wondered, I know Joe Thokanasiga's massive and he can finish and he's quick. I've often wondered how quick. Turns out, very, but created by him.
You're okay, happy?
Well, there have been 3 tries in the second half, all of them scored by Bath. Will Stewart, Max Ajomo, Joe Thockiner-Singer. Bath, who were 14 points down at half-time, now lead by 2.
I'm just saying, when Sam Underhill came on, it was 26-12. I'm not saying he's done it all. I'm saying he's done a bit.
For Northampton, though, a missed line at 5 metres out. Their possession again on the halfway line. They'll be disappointed in the final quarter where Bath is so good at scoring tries.
Well, we did talk about it. We did say there are no others better at scoring the late tries, and Bath once again have delivered.
One's over.
Augustus. Hutchinson doing all he can.
Oof.
Advantage.
Bath are offside. So
18 offside.
didn't cotton on to Tommy Freeman, but back we come.
So some aggressive clear out there in that final breakdown before that offside.
What'd you do with this, Oogs? 3?
Take the points, 100%.
Shot.
It's an offer here.
How many more tries do you reckon we're going to see?
15?
I reckon 2 more.
Well, Bath, I mean, the other thing about them and what they're able to do in terms of scoring tries in that final quarter, they've only conceded 6 second-half tries this season. So this is a great option here for Finn Smith.
Initially the beautiful silence and
18 it was.
then the groan.
No, you're okay, don't worry.
Bath still ahead.
How have we ended up here after that first quarter of an hour?
Behind the ball.
Incredible.
All right.
Partly because Bath are doing the kind of things that have lots of us thinking they might be champions at the end of the season. So many other teams with so much more to say about that between now and June and Twickenham, but you're not surprised that Bath have done what they've done, which says everything about them this season. You wouldn't be surprised if Northampton went on to win this either.
No, you wouldn't.
Such is the quality of the 2 that we're enjoying today.
20. Use it, please.
Great kick.
That's one to compete, and Bailey came forward more in hope than expectation, but Bath and Spencer have it to toy. Goodness me.
Use it.
We're going to see so much of this, the discipline from the kick chasers, the accuracy of the kick. In this middle third in a 2-point game, it's going to be so important. Who wins this may go on to win the game.
Backwards off green.
So it is Northampton ball. Laid back by Hutchinson. Crashed up by Hafar.
And lose it. No, it's
Pollock
not.
goes in to create the extra space, the extra metre or so for Mitchell to drive this long.
Retreat.
Bailey. And defences are so structured. This kicking game, the opportunity to try to create some transition off an error, off a misdirected kick. Russell's kick's going high. He signalled that for Thockiner-Singer, but that wasn't the direction that he wanted.
10 metres, please, Joe.
Very good kick there. Loads of space right through the middle.
Russell.
Oh, wow.
Tired that, wasn't it? Looked like a tired kick.
It's just poor reactions, and it's not surprising. We've had so much ball in playtime. But that kick from Ram on the 22, he's just won his team 60 metres.
In 5.
Langdon's throw, Pollock's take. Saints asking the questions again, and once more it was Underhill. There was a hint of the high about that, more than a hint, it's a penalty. Anthony Wood thought with his arm out, so Finn Smith can give it the drop goal glory go. But yeah, he will have an easier attempt at 3 points because of the tackle.
Yeah, it just rides up, doesn't it? That's all right. I think the shoulder contact is actually almost looks shoulder on shoulder, but the arm wraps up around the neck.
Yeah, so I think the first shot of his shoulders on his chest, and then his arm rides up and clicks you.
Yeah,
so
right up as you are,
penalty only. Penalty only, fellas. Shoulder to chest, and the arm comes up and hits you in the chin. Penalty.
I tell you what, he doesn't give many high tackles away for someone who hits that hard. I mean, he's
Do you know why?
about 3 feet shorter than Courtney Laws, but Courtney didn't either.
It sounds like an obvious answer, but his target on the body is never nipple up. It's always a little bit below that. He's an incredible example of how to be so aggressive but super legal, apart from that last one.
To the final 10, Saints by 1.
Of course it hit the post, of course they couldn't just go through, could it? Drama, drama, drama from minute 1, this game.
And Bath are bringing on Kepu Tuipulotu for his Premiership debut. A lot of buzz, a lot of excitement around this 19-year-old, the son of the Tongan centre, Sione Tuipulotu. And the coaches are trusting him to do a job in these extra specially charged final few minutes of a thunderous contest between these two. Tuipulotu for Dunn.
No more now, Thomas. Thomas, no more.
Once again has emptied the tank and some. Mitchell's high kick, that's a steepling kick. And Bailey deals with it well. 8 minutes to go. Here's Tuipulotu. Hat-trick on his Bath debut against Ampthill in November, but that's not gone clean, and Northampton have it. Mitchell tried to kick it away. That was ricocheted back into the arms of Freeman.
Yeah, agreed. Ball out a long time. Onside, Alfie. Start onside. Not anymore.
Mitchell had to go in to create some protection over the ball. And then the kick. Bailey.
It's a lot of balls bouncing at the back of the pitch. So dangerous. And that is exactly why you should always marshal the backfield. I get flooding it, but no one's really playing in that middle third. And the teams are just conceding easy yards, easy metres, and now a set piece for Bath.
So you're saying don't let it bounce, you've got to get somebody underneath it.
I just, for the life of me, I mean, I'd be offended if balls are bouncing in the back of the field. I'd take personal offence to that if I was on the pitch.
Northampton have won 13 of their last 14 matches here at the Gardens, including last weekend shellacking of the Falcons. It's the slenderest of leads here to keep that handy run going, and Barbary couldn't connect with it. And now Mitchell, Smith looking for the options, in the end went for the simplest one, who was Dingwall. Hutchinson Beautifully done by Pollock. Almost up to halfway. Penalty Northampton.
13 not rolling away. 18 touch the ball.
And this is where Northampton are at their best. The minute you make a mistake, they're so relentless. Look at the energy. It just pours through them. They want to make sure that they punish you to the max. Their ball movement, lines of running, and then effectively putting you into positions that Ollie Lawrence is on the wrong side. And a period where they've gone from defending to 30 seconds later, Finn Smith is going to try and look to extend his lead.
It's interesting that Finn Smith received the ball from Mitchell, and he immediately was moving, but he was speculating where he's going to put the ball, where the big pass was, and actually he thought, do you know what? One man further out, Dingwall's in a better position than me. He's more than happy to hand over the responsibility of launching that counter-attack to his mate.
.55 metres to create a 4-point cushion with 5 minutes to go. What's the news? What's the news? Good news for Bath.
22.
Still just a point.
Time off. 9, thank you. Can you find out the captain this, please, James?
And with 4 minutes to go, Bath are making their first change that involves a back coming off the bench. He is the only back on the bench. Lewis Skirder replacing the captain, Ben Spencer. There he is. Smith. Augustus. Oh, and it's Bath ball now, and they'll have the scrum. And Thomas du Toit led the celebrations, and JP Ferreira, their defence coach, watches on with interest.
Flats this scrum.
Here we go.
Huge, we know it is. But are you wanting to get yourself a penalty? Do you just want the ball in and out and let Finn do his stuff?
I think what you go for is you go for as long a scrum as feels right. In and out doesn't really make much sense unless you're under pressure, because then the Northampton back row can burst off and get there quick. You want to scrummage them so hard that you either win a penalty, or the Northampton flankers, him, he has to stay on and commit, or his props are going to get toasted and definitely concede a penalty.
Use the ball! Use it!
Great scrummaging, Northampton.
Skirder. Oh, and Jomo and Lawrence linking up. Oh, and Lawrence has taken a horrible bash to the face.
Time off. We're going to want to check this, please, Stu.
Yes, we are going to want to check it.
Yeah. Head on head by 9 green. On the ball carrier, it's 13.
The spotlight will be on Alex Mitchell. Stuart Terridge again, our TMO.
Full speed, mate.
Yeah.
Got 13 ball carrier, 9 coming across.
Yep, agreed.
Oh.
So.
He turns out because you know the contact's coming, but still contact to the head.
Yeah,
direct.
I agree. So we've got head on head by 9 green. 9 green. He's trying to run backwards, almost pull out of it. So for me, it's not a high degree of danger. Starting at yellow card, but I'm not seeing any mitigation. So it's going to be a yellow card to 9 green. Do we agree with the facts?
Agree, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Feels like that might be the moment that decides the match. Saints have lost their scrum half. Ollie Lawrence is fine, but Bath will have a kick at goal to move ahead with seconds ticking away.
That's not up to me to decide.
I mean, it's passive, it's non-aggressive. What do you think, Oogs?
Hey, the word that we use to characterise that is foul play. I hate the fact that that's called foul play. Was there head contact? Yes. Was Alex Mitchell trying to make a tackle at that point? No, because I don't think he was expecting a line break. So he's never going to be in a position to make a tackle. So that's why we get that head collision. I just think for me, 9 tries, absolute chaos, and the game could be decided over something like that.
Not sure if it was where the contact was there.
Well, you can be absolutely sure that Finn Russell will use every single one of the 60 seconds he has. They're just making sure that the penalty is
just trying to see.
Yeah, that's fine.
Taken from the right spot.
You can see where I am on the screen here.
Might need another.
Yeah, it's back, mate. It's back to the. He's got to go all the way back. Where are we?
All the way back.
In front to the line. Yeah. Keep going back to the 10-metre line. Keep going. Keep going. There you are, mate. There.
Okay. Shot called.
Well, it makes it what, 5 metres harder.
There you go.
It's within his range.
It's not a gimme though, is it?
Absolutely not.
The time clock, please. Thank you, mate.
What it is, however, you're tempted to say it's a kick to win the match, and a kick to take Bath 9 points clear at the top of the Gallagher Premiership. It's not just the magic that he has in his hands, he has accuracy in his boots as well, and Johan van Graan's Bath move ahead with precious little time left here in the East Midlands.
Hey, he wants a bit of booing and jeering, he got it, and he slotted it.
Being played, knock on.
Still time for more as Archie McParland is on for the yellow-carded Mitchell. Freeman. This is Kemeny. Now it's Bath who have to keep the noses clean. No room for penalties here. Away by McParland. Ram for Northampton. Little over 90 seconds to go. And a match that has been full throttle from the off is going to be full throttle at the end.
No!
Dingwall, for so many times, the central cog for Saints.
On the body.
Northampton working very hard over the ball. They think it might be theirs. We can see it. Anthony Woodthorpe can see it. So too can young McParland. 80th minute.
Let it go. Clearly come off.
Hafar. Can Northampton chisel out one last chance? Ruse tackle. Dingwall again keeps it central. Again, Bath have to stay clean.
Need Finn Smith in the pocket.
Just back on the 10-metre line now. 20 seconds to go.
No, sir, no.
Penalty to Northampton. Bang in front of the post. The chance for them to snatch it.
20. Uses his hands.
Sam Underhill.
Not the first man.
All the good stuff that he's done in this contest. And the pain, the frustration, he knows. Do you
know, I've been standing here wondering who might be awarded player of the match today, and if Bath won, he was right up there despite not having started the game.
This will be it. Clock in the red. Final kick of the match to win it. What a noise. And once again, the end of a Gallagher Premiership match where absolutely nobody leaving will be asking for their money back. the five-star entertainment we enjoyed at the end of 2024 dripping into 2025. Sam Underhill played so well. Bath were so close to an extraordinary comeback from 19 points down early on in the first half. They led with seconds to go, but then him, then his kick, and Saints have snatched it, and they're still dreaming. They are still dreaming. If they make the playoffs in the spring, we'll remember a day of snow on this Sunday. What a game. Final score, Northampton 35, Bath 34.
What a match, absolutely astonishing. So much drama. He was fabulous, Finn Smith. He did everything. He was kicking points, clutch kicks, grubbers through the middle, chip and chases being gathered. Super creative, super composed. It's a brilliant win for Northampton Saints, and that man there, Finn Smith, is our Gallagher player of the match. I thought he wasn't perfect, but he wasn't far off, even putting in big hits. A properly complete, fantastic performance from the young England fly half. What a player he is for Saints.
What a game it's been, Flats. It's been another incredible round of Gallagher Premiership Rugby. We're just beyond that halfway point. Bath were flying. They don't have a great record coming to here, but after a 19-0 start, which they gave, or Northampton took, you thought with Finn Russell's kick, 2.5 minutes before the end, that was it. 9 points clear at the top, but a final twist and a final kick. 35-34.
Yep, 9 tries, but in the end it was the latest of late kicks from Finn Smith that won it. Can we give a match 6 stars? Let's give it 6 stars. Final score, Northampton 35, Bath 34. Sarah, player of the match, you and Finn.
Well, Finn Smith, that's more like it. Back-to-back wins. How satisfying was that with the last kick of the game?
Yeah, flipping it. That was one for the nerves. I think I owed the boys that one after missing the 2 before. But like we've been crying out for a result like that all year. You know, we've been so up and down, been really disappointed with how we started the season, and every time we think something's about to go right, it goes wrong again. But thank God we got over the line there, and hopefully this time that can be something to really springboard us on with.
Do you know what, though? Today you felt like you guys were playing like a team that really, really needed and wanted the win. Did it feel like that for you guys this afternoon? Yeah,
100%. I think it was a Sarries game 2 weeks ago that was really about as disappointing a game as we'd had as a group since I joined the club, and I think it's really lit a fire in our bellies. Obviously, we had a great win last week against Newcastle, and this is the one we really targeted. Obviously, these guys are the team to beat this year. They got unbelievable side, and coming to our place, we thought it was an awesome test of where we're at, and yeah, lucky to come out on the right side of it.
It's a brilliant start, though. I think you raced to a really early lead, and then it wasn't just attack, though, was it? That last-ditch defence at the end of the first half. So, what was the chat at the break?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, reading between the lines, it was pretty much, we've done well so far and let's just cling on. It felt like we were clinging on for about 20 minutes, but sometimes that's what it takes. So yeah, buzzing with that.
Do you guys feel like you're starting to click now after back-to-back wins? Do you feel like you can turn this season round?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Obviously, you never know what the next few games have got in store, but yeah, that felt much more like us. Obviously, I think we really fronted up there and saw a lot of the type of rugby we want to play on the pitch. So yeah, really happy with that.
Finn, massive congratulations. I'm going to get Caroline to present you with the Player of the Match awards from Gallagher. Congratulations, Finn.